Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by again. Today, for the second day of 5 days of I Am, today I'm focusing on this idea of knowing that you're chosen. And I don't know about you, but in school, there was always, those moments where you needed to be picked to be on some kind of sports team. Maybe it was soccer, baseball, whatever. And there's team captains and you're sitting there waiting and hoping to be picked. I was usually the person that was picked last, or the person that, the gym teacher made the captain choose me because I was still sitting there. Mainly because I was never good at sports at all. And I was that person who wore dresses to school every day and didn't change for gym class because I had no intentions of participating. So that was always me, the person who was sitting there waiting to be picked. And I don't know about you, but sometimes those types of feelings, they follow us, and sometimes they creep up later on in life. And to think back to those moments of feeling of that desperation of just wanting to be picked and wanting to be chosen, reminded me of how many times do we as Christians walk in such a way that we're waiting for someone else to choose us. We're waiting for someone else to see us, or to see our giftings, or to see whatever it may be. And but we just need to remind ourselves that we have already been chosen. We are chosen by God. And in 1 Peter 2, verse 9, it says, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own people, in order that you may proclaim the mighty acts of Him who called you out of darkness and into the marvelous light." And so even in the scripture, it's clearly stated that you have been chosen, and I wanted to remind, all of you today that you have been chosen by God, and there's nothing that is going to disqualify that. There's nothing that's going to change the fact that He has already chosen you. And even in today, there's a lot of stuff happening with, different races and different minority groups and things like that. And even in moments like that where it can be very, it can be very frustrating, it can be very upsetting to see these things happening, it's important to be reminded of the fact that we have been chosen for this time, that you have been chosen for this season, for this time, to make a difference in your generation. And so that's what I just wanted to remind you guys about today, is to remember that you have been chosen, and that we're not people who are sitting, and waiting for someone to pick us, waiting for someone to choose us, that He's already chosen us. And I feel, even in church, even in ministry, there may be something in your life that you want to do, or something that you feel that you can be good at, or maybe God's giving you a word, or He's giving you a promise and a dream to do something, and you're not seeing that happen right now. I encourage you to be faithful. Be faithful where you are. And remember that even if no one else sees, that God sees, and if no one else chooses you in this season and in this time, that He has already chosen you. In the Bible, it's perfect examples of people who, in our minds, we would think are totally unqualified to be used by God, from their background, to their family, to the mistakes they've made. Those are the people that God has chosen to make a difference. Those are the people that God has chosen to lead a generation and to free nations. And so just be reminded of that today, that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter maybe what you think. Maybe that you're waiting for that special person to see you and choose you, but that God has already chosen you. And so I just encourage you to remind yourself of that today, and not wait for someone else to remind you or to say it to you, because there's not always going to be somebody there to encourage you. So it's important to know how to encourage yourself in the Lord. And so I encourage you to look at yourself in the mirror today and say, I am chosen.